Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel slash podcast, and this is officially episode 3. I actually just officially named my podcast slash YouTube channel Unapologetically Boss Talks. As simple as that name is, it actually took me a long time to come up with because in my head I pictured something like really cool, and not only did I want something to represent myself and the purpose behind this podcast, I really wanted to take a look at the people that I'm going to have on this podcast and the things that I'm going to talk about on this podcast. And then I thought to myself, what do we have in common? And we are all really bosses in our own ways, whether it's in our personal life, our spiritual life, our career life, whatever the case may be. Each of us is different in their own way, and we are excelling in a category in our life better than others, that you can help others out and they can see their perspective authentically, my perspective authentically, because not only am I sharing my truth, I'm sharing their truth. I feel like I'm speaking really fast. Unapologetically boss talks. Wow, that every time I say that word like really fast, it like sounds stir. So let's jump right into it. I just came back actually 3 weeks ago from New York City. I spent 5 days there, 4 nights and 1 day. I left at night. It was actually pretty amazing. I went with my best friends and her really close friend, which is also my really close friend too. We became friends through her. And not only though was it amazing, it really was actually. I needed it. I needed this break. Being a entrepreneur, basically, things are just very one way, and it's just, working in a restaurant and then coming to this, it was just like very like, wow, this is different. I have more free time, which I'm so happy about, but everything's more overwhelming. Being on this trip, I realized, not only did I have a great time though, but I did realize that I really like my solitude. I like being alone. And it's not that I didn't have a really good trip, because I did have an amazing trip. My best friend and I have been friends for literally about like 5-6 years already. All of my friends right now that I have been in my life more than like 3-4 years. So my longest one is 14 years, and we've been best friends since 6th grade. That is like, I don't even see her as best friend. I see like, that's my family. Like, I feel like all my best friends are families, because like they've been a part of me and they contribute something in my life that has made me this person I am today, and they've just like loved me through it all. Anyways, this trip made me feel that, or made me realize that I really do like my solitude. As much as I love my friends, I am really the type of person now that's growing up liking to be alone. Not lonely, alone. Because being lonely and alone are two different things, and I like to be alone. Meaning, I can go on dates by myself. I can take myself out to eat. I can go to the beach by myself. I can go to a bar by myself. I can literally sit there and talk to anyone, or just be in silence and just be thinking about and reflecting on my life, because that's what I like to do. I really like being alone. And I was not always like this. I was the type of girl that really loved to be around like a lot of people. I wanted to have a lot of friends, because back then I didn't like to be lonely. So it's so weird how that really changes. It's so weird how when you grow up and you see like everything and why you were like that, it just like all makes sense. Not at the moment, but then later on, it's like, oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's why I was like that. I was the type of person that always befriended anyone, and I just wanted a bunch of friends because I felt like that was something that made me feel good. That was like filling a void. I don't know. It was weird. But then I look back now and I'm like, wow, things have really changed. And I really am now particular and selective about the people that I have around me. Not only the people that I have around me, but the people that I give my energy to. There has been in my life people called vampires that suck the energy right out of you, and if I could go back in time and just like redo it, I probably wouldn't redo it, because it literally brought me here today, and it's made me the person I am today. This trip also made me realize that I really love the hustle and bustle. And despite it being so freaking cold, we thought we were gonna like take the train everywhere, and then that did not happen. We spent a lot of money on Uber. Actually, my best friend did spend a lot of money on Uber. That was really nice of her. Shout out to her. But yeah, we took Uber everywhere. Also made me realize that I really like to be in control. And I think that's where it comes into that I like to be alone, because I like to be in control. And, you know, it got me really thinking about friends and friendship and trips. And I actually wrote this down because I really needed to, because my mind was going a million times, but you can see there's something moving in the background, and it's the little puppy. She's sleeping right now. I mean, she just like got up and then knocked out, so you'll probably see her later on the video, maybe not. I really don't want her to wake up, so. It just got me thinking about friendships, and this trip made me realize how much I do love my friends, but how much I do have things that I need to work on. But then things that I don't need to work on, that I really do love about myself. And then I just reflected on like my past self and my present self, and it's like, wow, things have changed. So I wrote like a few things down I'm going to share. Like, I was talking about friendships, so it made me realize like what makes a good friend? What do I like in a good friend? And how am I a good friend? So there's one thing that I really have learned about my friends and I, is that I'm the type of friend, if we like have like a little tiff, because I feel like I don't really fight with my friends. There's only one friend that actually I do, like, I've had like arguments with, because, and this is the friend that I actually went to New York with, and it's so funny, the trip was so good, but we like bickered like a married couple. And I'm the type of friend, like, I can bicker with you, but if you like literally ask me like if everything's good or try to talk to me, don't do that. Like, I feel like that's like, if you're my friend, you don't need to do that. I feel like we'll just like look at each other and just we'll crack a joke and we'll just laugh about it and move on. That's like how my friends are, and that's the kind of people I really want around me. Obviously, I want people that can sit down and have those adult conversations and take accountability for things in friendships. But that's the type of friend I want around me, because if I can't just be like sarcastic, my friend, if we can't do that like family, then it's like, are you really my friend? And am I really going to be taking this trip with you? And that's why I was super cool with taking this trip with this friend, and it was actually our first trip together. It went really, really well. Like I said, there was little tiffs bickering, but it was like literally, we would look at each other halfway walking down the street of New York City and just be like, how about that? And it was just like, what? And we would literally get over it. That's what I look for in my friends. And I feel like nowadays, I'm about to be 26 next month, actually, April 6th. And I feel like nowadays I'm just so particular with who I want around me. I really don't want to make new friends anymore. It's so weird to say that, because obviously I'm open to making connections. The career I'm in, like, you have to make connections, you have to go to events, you have to do this. I'm actually a really people person. I love to talk, as you can see. Obviously I have a podcast. It's not that I don't want to make connections and I don't want to know. I just feel like I don't want to make any like personal connections anymore. I'm still open, but I don't know, it takes time. It's just, I feel like friends that you make nowadays are just not really your friends. It's like, you don't make new friends. Like, friends that I've had, like I said, have been my friends for over like 5 years already. I can like literally count my best friends on my hand. One of my other friends, we've been friends for 14 years. I have two friends that we've been friends for 14 years, and they know each other because we've known each other for 14 years. It's so crazy, and we are still so close, and it's like, I feel like God put those people in my life for a reason. And we've never actually had any real fights. I had my first real fight with my guy friend for 14 years, like last year, 2022. And it wasn't even a fight. I'm not gonna say it was a fight. It was just a really heightened tiff. Like, literally, and it was so stupid. And that's why I just know these people are family. I just feel like I don't want to make new friends, because I feel like God like puts people in your life nowadays only for different reasons. He literally puts people in your life in different seasons for different reasons. And it's whether to teach you or, you know, and not in a good way or bad way, just teach you something that you should have known or that, you know, you needed to learn. I don't know. It's always like hit or miss. And I realize that my friends that I have now, I'm so thankful for them, because these friends have been through so much with me. The friends that I did have when I was like, you know, a people pleaser and like seeking that friendship, you know, to fill that void, I look back and I'm like, those people were not my friends. There's so many things that, you know, I kind of just like let slide. There's red flags in friends, okay? Guys, there is a lot of red flags in friends, and it's like, you think because it's your friend and not a guy, you let it slide more. Tell me that's not true. Like, you let things slide even more with your friends because obviously they matter more. Obviously, like, you know, your girlfriend, your best guy friend is always going to be around. You know, these guys, these women will come and go. You're a little more lenient with them. Now in my life, about to turn 26, I'm sorry if like you already have like a red flag. It's like I'm cutting you off. Now there's like levels to it. Like, and I'm not saying there's like levels to be my friend, but there's like levels to it. Like you have to pass this stage first because like I look for a lot in a friend. I feel like I'm a really needy friend. I want, you know, my friend not only to be there for me emotionally, but like mentally as well, physically be there for me as a friend. Like I want like the full package because there's like a lot of shitty people, and it's like nowadays if you're not looking for genuine people, it's like really what are you looking for? These are not friends. I just realized, yeah, that's like a big thing that I look forward to. And then I wrote like a little couple notes down too, because this was going through my mind, and it's so weird. Like I said, being in New York with one of my girl best friends, being with her and being like our first trip, I'm not gonna say like I was like nervous, but like, you know, like I said, I have like a control issue. So like, you know, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do. There's a lot of things that another person wants to do. It made me realize that you really do have to like compromise things for your friends, because that's what friendship is really all about. I wanted to live in New York when I was like maybe 22 to 25. That was like really my goal. Like I had a whole plan. Being in New York literally made me realize that I could not live in New York right now. Like I have a whole career. I'm still making a name for myself. I want this whole thing to pop off, you know. I want to do well in the city that I am in, and then I want to, you know, venture out. And I have a big dog. Like it's so crazy that those were like my goals, and it's just like how things have changed so much. And it's not, I'm not saying that like New York is probably never going to happen. I'm just saying God's timing and God's plan for you is so much bigger and so much better than the plan you have for yourself. It really is. And it's really all about timing. Like New York can still happen. It's just not the time right now. I took that away most because I feel like this whole plan for my life. I thought it was going to go a certain way, and you know, things happen. Like life happens. And it's so crazy because if you would have told me back then what I was doing now, I would never think like real estate, you know? I would never think that I'm doing this. Never think that I would start a YouTube and podcast. I said it in my first episode too, so we're not going to go too much into that. But I really never thought these things. Reflecting on my age as well, and I mean, I'm still obviously pretty young. My goals are so different now. I want to have everything, and I dream really, really big, and it's definitely going to happen for me. I know it is. I don't see myself like leaving where I am anytime soon, because there's just so much more I need to do. So much more. And so much more I need to accomplish. And not for anyone, but for myself. That's what New York, most of all, made me realize that. I'm doing these things for myself. I need to take care of myself. I'm my first priority. You know, my relationship with God is. Then comes myself. And then comes my family, my friends, like, and obviously my dog and everything else, of course. That's what I really realized the most, that I needed that little break in New York to just make me realize. It's so crazy. I went there with a plan. I actually went to New York with a plan. Like I wanted to like clear my head. I wanted to do certain activities. I wanted to do this. And we actually like didn't do anything a part of the plan. And that's what I kind of needed. I needed something that was not so planned, not so organized. I needed something that was just like on a whim, out of the blue, just, you know, literally going with the flow. Like I'm the type of girl that doesn't like going with the flow. I don't know, like, I just don't like that, because I know what I want, you know. I was always go with the flow, and it got me nowhere. And now when I know what I want, it's like I'm not settling for anything less. I'm not settling for going with the flow. But it really was a nice break. In that certain situation though, it was nice. That trip was supposed to be like relaxing, you know. Supposed to be a break from reality, like, and it really was that. It was great. It was really self-reflective, and my girls and I got much stronger. Like I said, I really did realize I do like my solitude though. So maybe one little thing I would do differently with the trip is tweak a couple things. Being with your friends, your girlfriends for like 4 nights, one day, it's like a lot. You know, you need to decompress. But it was good because we don't live in the same city, so it was nice to really just enjoy ourselves. We all needed a break, 3 of us. So it was really, really nice to have that same reasoning to do this trip, you know. It's to really like let go, like let loose, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and just really not think about it. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I was like so happy to like go home, but there's really no place like home. But it's not that I was so happy to go home. I was just happy to decompress, have that, and then decompress and come back and go harder. Like come back to Miami and just go harder and just really like focus now, you know, and really grind out here. Whatever. That's what it was too. But then it's so funny, when I got to Miami, we were literally all texting in the group chat like, oh my God, I want to do another trip. I miss it. I miss it. I'm so sick. I can't. I want to go back. Like I need it. I need to go back. Like I'm so depressed about it. Like I'm so sad. It's so funny. We were so sad about coming back. Like we wanted to go back to New York. It's like always how it happens. Like when you're there, you want to go back. And then when you're here, you want to go back. But it was definitely self-reflective. It was really spiritually awakening. Yeah, it really was. I was so thankful to just be in a different city. It just made me realize how much I really love my friends, how much I'm thankful for people in my life. I'm just so thankful for everyone. Seriously, all my friends. Really shout out to you guys. I'm so excited to have them, a bunch of them on this podcast. I can't wait for you all to hear like what they have to say and stuff, because they have some wisdom to drop. I'm telling you. My friends and I love to have talks about everything, whether it's career or personal life, spirituality, mental state, like everything. We love to have talks like that. And it could just be the simplest stuff, and it just really makes me feel good. My friends make me feel good. Seriously, that's why I'm so selective now. That's the third time I'm saying that. I'm so selective with the people I really am around, because people really carry energies, you know? I feel like when you're around people that have negative energy, you know, it's really, you know, people just think like soul ties or like transferring energies being intimate. No, like people have like weird energies on them that does transfer to you and how you feel and to your heart. And I just feel like you want to be around people who uplift you and make you feel good, make your soul feel good, and make your heart feel good. And I could really say those are my friends in my life. They really make me feel good. The type of friend that I always want to be is someone that makes them feel good, someone that holds them accountable, holds their bad habits accountable, helps them change for the better, you know, helps them work on the things that they are too scared to work on. Like, that's the type of friend I want to be, and that's the type of people I want around me, because genuine people are really hard to find, and when you do find them, you have to hold on to them. You can't let them go. You know how many times I've said, not only did this trip make me realize, because I realized a lot on this trip. Like I said, it was a head clearing trip. Okay, I got some clarity. I love the people in my life, and I'm so happy. And it's so funny, this podcast was actually, well, this episode was actually supposed to be with a guest, and we had to move some things around, which is okay. But she will be on very soon. I'm so happy that I kind of did it by myself, because it really tied into the thing that I said I like to be alone. So I'm really happy this played out this way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. NYC was great. Friends are great. Life is good. Life is weird, but good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my TED Talk for like 50,000 years. See you soon.